So I just have some card bases that I've cut, and with these it's important that it's a vertical card, that it's going to open this way. And I did make a little template which I just hand cut. You can use your punches, but this, to make the template, it's just very simple. You just cut a piece of cardstock that's 4.5 by 5.5, and I know this is smaller, but that's okay. And then you find the center vertically, and I came down about 1 3/4 inches and I drew a line across. Then I came over 3/4 of an inch and made a mark. And then to get my legs, because I wanted a bit of something more substantial at the bottom, when I cut this down, I got an extra little scrap piece. I'll show you. Thought I had it all together. All I did was fold it in half and cut it so that they would be exactly the same, and then trimmed. Oh, thank you. And then to get the neckline, I just used my Advil, drew around it, and then it's just a matter of cutting in and connecting from the leg line to that 3/4 inch dot. And then I stacked 3 pattern papers on top of each other, drew around the template, and then cut it out. So I'll just keep that. And then so now what I'm going to do is, just so I'm not constantly drawing on the same thing, I'm going to take my card base and kind of center this up. And like I say, it's probably should have done it on a 4 1/4 size and it would be perfect, but I'm not so worried about that. And now I'm just going to draw around. You can use your punches too for this if you want. But I wanted more of a, the punch line tends to be very severe, so I wanted more of a softer kind of look. So you've got that now. And I'm just going to make a bunch of these. That's a big baby, 9 pounds, don't you think? She did have a C-section, which they scheduled her for. And my girl Lisa's having kind of a tough week. Their family dynamic is they are a blended family. She has 3 children, and her husband Angelo has 2. And the way it works out is Angelo has the oldest, Michael. He's about 27 now, 26, 27. He's moved out some time ago. Then there is Paul, who is Angelo's youngest son. And he's 24, 25, I want to say. And then you have Lisa's twins, a boy and a girl. and they are also 25. And they are also born in, Paul and the twins are born in the same month, October. So she's got 3 children that are basically the same age. And when they were in school, that was interesting. And then she has her youngest, which is Jordan, who is now a junior in college. So they had a huge house full, and then her grandmother also used to stay with them. Nana was 96 and she passed last year. So she has a very large home, with bedrooms. Everybody had their own bedroom. And now, let's see, Michael's moved out several years ago. Paul moved out earlier this month. Greg, who is the father of the child that was just born, moved out last week. He got a home, built a home. Nicole, her only daughter, moved out several months, probably a year ago, and she's getting married next year. So that leaves her with Jordan, who is in college, and he stays away at school, so he's not there. So all in the course of basically 1 week, the house is completely empty now, and she's a grandmother. So I saw her and I said, they had 7 cars, so the street was always very busy, and I said, wow, it sure is strange around here. It's awfully quiet. And she's like, oh, I know. And I said, oh, well, and then she kind of went over all the moving and things that had happened. And I said, well, how you doing, Mommy? And she kind of put her head down. She's like, I'm okay. So she's definitely feeling the empty nest. I mean, she's overjoyed to have a grandchild. But that's a lot for anybody to take all at once. So I wanted to make sure that I sent, sent them a card for the grandbaby. And so that's the reason I'm making a couple. So you saw that I just traced the template, and I'm just cutting them out. Yeah, it's a lot. And it's funny, it's a lot for Greg, because, he's been building this house for quite a while, and he was trying to get into it before the holidays, and, so they'd have time to settle before the baby came. And she was due March 4th, but, I mean, 1 more week and that baby would have been a 10-pound baby. So, and as I understand it, everybody's doing well. So yeah, it's a big week, big busy week. So can you imagine that if her name is Dee, the mother's name is Dee, and they have a daughter, or she has a daughter already, who's about 7 or 8 years old. So she's having a big week. Giving birth, moving, dealing with her 7 or 8-year-old. I'm sure that she's got her hands full. So this will go just like this. And then we'll just trim it off so it matches, so that'll be fine. That's a lot. That's a lot for anybody. in my opinion. So how is everybody doing? I have been taking this week to, you know, those organizational projects that you just put off. Well, I don't know if everybody's like me, but you know, like, I needed to clean out our pantry for the longest time. So I did that. And I do. I start on Monday. So I've been doing a lot of, you know, stuff that I'm not going to get a chance to get at once I've started. So I've been pretty busy. And you know, the funniest thing about those projects is I don't know why I procrastinate them the way I do, but you know, it took me 2 hours. And I was just of the mind that it was this huge job that I just was not going to be able to tackle. And it took me 2 hours. So I got all that straightened away. My new job is less than 2 miles from my home in New Jersey. How about that? Right down the street. And ironically, as things have a tendency, I've been approached by another company as well. And I have to consider it because it's a lot of money and salary. It's a different type of job. I've heard different things about their company. Yep, same type of work. And I figure I have to at least hear them out. So I'm trying to start the new job, talk to these other people, be organized, stretch my paycheck, and clean my house. It's been interesting. And it's kind of hard to transition all these pay periods. It's like, ugh. I have a couple other things I can show you that I've been working on too. I tweeted a quick video or posted a quick video last night on Facebook and YouTube about this organizer that I found at the Dollar Tree. Oh, that's so nice to say. Thank you. It's hard to know what to do though. Don't want to make a bad move. So I have been working really hard to become just more organized in all aspects of my life, whether it's You know, I was always one to overshop at the grocery store, so now I've been meal planning to try and, you know, save on that. I've put us on a budget. I've made kind of a planner of sorts to try and stay on track. You know, it's hard to fit everything in, and when I physically write it down, I just feel better. You know what I mean? So I've been very busy this last week. You know, trying to clean up the house and get things organized, and you know, I want to make some donations to Goodwill, and you know, just all the stuff that you put off. Make it all fit, so to speak. You know, I guess that comes from having lived out of a suitcase for a period of months. You kind of want some structure, at least I do. And I always wanted to, you know, post more on my blog, and there's a lot of really great printables out there that are free that you can make yourself up a planner too. I find it just really helps me. So all I've done is, well, you guys know how to do this card. As I cut out the pattern paper, and then I saw this video. I watch a lot of organizational gurus on YouTube. There's a lot of them that gives you you know, a lot of just great ideas, and you know, I figure they've figured it out. You know, I don't need to reinvent the wheel. But there was one girl who's a beater, and I think she stamps a little bit too. She has several channels: At Home with Nikki, At Work with Nikki, over on YouTube, and she's a real sweetheart. But she does, you know, like organizational type home videos for the most part. Okay, so there we go. And she made this thing that I just thought was a great idea. She called it the Working Girl Survival Kit. And basically, it was this sectioned, it was like, if you can imagine, like a train case that opened up and it had several things, several tiers in it. And inside there were pouches, and they had different things on them. Like one was labeled body, one was labeled face or clothing. And so she would put together these little things. Like she would have a pouch of cotton pads. She would have a pouch full of Q-tips. She would have things for clothing, like a lint roller, safety pins, like a Tide spot remover pen. She'd have a pouch labeled hands, and in that pouch there would be like a small thing of hand lotion, things to take care of a hangnail. Another pouch she would have would be, oh, I just had it in my mind. Like in the clothing pouch, she'd have a sewing kit. All those little things that can just happen at work. You know what I mean? Like, just, you pop a button, you run a stocking. She had all these little things in there, and I thought, wow, that is a really great idea. I want to make one, and I want to have it in my office, because I can't tell you the amount of times that people would come to me. Do you have a safety pin? Do you have this? Do you have that? And I just thought, what a great idea. So she had it all done up, and she had gotten one of those kind of like cosmetic cases that, and she got the pouches, I think, at Michael's or AC Moore. So I've just been looking at, all those little trial size things that you can get. So when you put it together, I'm going to make one and take it into the office, just because I think it's a great idea. It's really cool. If you go to her channel, it's under At Work with Nikki, and she spells Nikki Nikki. I want to give her credit because I've watched it so many times. It's a little wordy in the beginning, but it's great, like, little thing. I mean, you can tailor it to your environment. Like, she has one for oral care, toothbrush, some flossers, some pack Altoids, thing of toothpaste. That was like the oral care. She had, for clothing, she had like a sewing kit, a little thing of Downy wrinkle releaser, the Tide pens, the safety pens. I thought that was great. And yeah, it was a caboodle case, exactly. And then she had these little pouches that, I mean, you could put it in Ziploc bags, but I thought hers was a lot better because she had like muslin, those muslin pencil cases that were in the $1.50 spot at Michael's, like they were long and they had a zipper. Well, that's like the perfect size. And then everything was labeled. I thought that was great. So I'm making up one of those to take into work, which I think will be good. It's a pretty good idea, right? And it just can. And the reason she liked that caboodle case, and I'm waiting for it to go on sale. They have it at. I can probably pick one up at Walmart for $20, but as I said, I'm kind of waiting for. I'm budgeting some paychecks as well. I just thought it was a great idea. So I have the pieces of that. I only need a couple more things for it. Okay, so we've got our 3 card bases. And you can go really crazy with this, but some of the ones that I saw, you could emboss it if you had. I don't have any pink cardstock, which is why I'm kind of going this direction. So we're going to work on this one first. And then I want I have an idea. I don't know if you guys can see the pattern in this paper because it's there's the light. So I'll hold it up. It's a very pale pink and it's got like that hexagon pattern in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one little pearl on the corners. So I want to kind of get this lace on. Yeah, it was neat. That was a good idea I saw. And then I was going through some other organizational ideas on Pinterest, and I was doing my pantry, and I just, my God, this stuff goes out of date so quick. I don't know how these couponers do it. But, so I had a lot, unfortunately, that had to go to the rubbish bin. But I had all these cans, and I just didn't have a really great way to store them. They were kind of just sitting on the shelf and taking up a lot of space, and I couldn't tell what I had, and so I saw this idea, and they took a magazine rack, a wide one, like an oversized wide one, and they stacked the cans in there. And I'm like, oh, that is great. I quite like that idea. I didn't ultimately wind up doing it, but I found this organizer that kind of the same idea. It was kind of like a bin with two ends, and I wound up getting about 6 of those because they stack one on top of the other, and I have all my cans all organized now. It's very nice. Oh, that's the stylus that I needed earlier. Just looking for another. And my stuff still hasn't arrived from California. So I'm just trying to do this stuff without all my tools. So while I was over there at Dollar Tree, I found an organizer for my drawer that fits. You can fit 20 distress ink pads in it, which I just loved. Is this backwards? Yes. So I got some of those for my ink drawers and my glue drawer here, and it's a lot easier because every time I open that drawer, all that ink would just shift. Now it stays nicely in the organizer. I'll tell you, when you start paying attention, at least for me, I like to cook, I enjoy cooking, but I guess when I would go to the grocery store, I'd have kind of a thumbnails list. I wouldn't really stick very hard to a list. It was tough for me to, save any money because, I just buy whatever. Well, now having a meal plan. I meal planned for 2 weeks, took those lists, um, and I was able to see exactly, you know, what I needed. It was great. And I don't know that I've saved any money, but once I get into it, I bet you that I will. I bet you I'll see a nice difference. Yeah, just because this is annoying me, I'm just going to stick a little piece of tape there. And on the other side, this older lace. Yeah, so I've kind of resolved to do, I don't want to say like one drawer a day, but at least one area or drawer a day in my craft room. And then one area or drawer or whatever, like in the remainder of the house. Like I need to go and organize the whole closet. Just got tons of old stuff in there. Like, you know, you drop it and you're going, and I need to go through my clothes closet, you know. Yeah, it's good. I don't know why that just had escaped me. You know, I don't want to. Looks better if it's flatter. Just gonna stick another layer of just a little. This is the 1/8 inch score tape. I'm just gonna stick that underneath, just so I can kind of tack it down. Yeah, I'll tell you, I made this. I'm utilizing my crock pot because I'm not one to want to stand there and cook all day, and it was the simplest recipe, and I gotta tell you something, it was delicious. And I'm gonna do another one tonight, hopefully, if the chicken defrosts in time. Well, so far so good. So my last night's chicken recipe, which anyone can do, and you probably have everything on hand, in the crock pot. Okay, that's much better. It's laying down like I want. Take 4 chicken breasts. Put them in the bottom of your crock pot. Take a box of stuffing. Pour it over the top. Take a can of cream of chicken soup, a 1/2 cup of sour cream, and a 1/4 cup of water. Mix it together. Pour that on top of the stuffing so it's layered. Put it in the crock pot. Cook it on low for about 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours. It's really good. It's really easy. What is going on? Oh. Hi, Murda. Likes the meal plan, and I cook from scratch more than box, and it was super easy, what you just said. Yeah. I mean, if I wasn't working, I would do that. I would do more from scratch. Yeah, I heard that you're having thunderstorms, Murda. But you guys need the rain, so. Why is that coming up? Gonna have to put some tape under there. My pattern paper's coming off of my card base. I'll just fix this up. So tonight's meal will be chicken parmesan in the crock pot. I just like the freedom it gives me to go do other stuff. Okay. I've got some boxes from my old office that I want to organize to get ready to go over because I've got to set up a new office next week. And then March 18th, I'm going to be in Dallas training. For a week. So you totally meal plan. It does save you a lot of money. Well, what I'm trying to do is get back into my couponing too. And I think between the two that I will start to do a bit better. Oh, this is like big loop over down here, which I wasn't expecting. It's okay. Okay. Maybe just a little extra tape right around here. So I want it to be a little bit flatter than it's appearing. Oh, cool. Well, I'm going to be probably have my nights free from what I understand. The edges are like keep coming up. All right. Let me get little bits cleaned up. And I have these little pearls that I think will be very pretty. And I just need a knife. I'll find my craft knife, which I think is in my tin, or my die pick, or something with a point on it. I'll be very happy when my regular tools get here. It just amazes me how long it takes to get something from California. I wouldn't have thought that. It takes so long. Okay. We may have to resort to scissors. This is fine. Just going to cut a row off because I need so many. Might be a little bit easier to handle. Okay. I gotta turn this light on. I know it's difficult for you guys because it washes it out. But I can't even see what I'm doing. Oh, this is gonna be pretty. Whoop. Come on. Cut this down. I usually don't have a problem because I have my little knife, but not the easiest thing. So what are you guys making? You guys always see what I'm making, but I often don't see what your projects are, what you're working on. Get off my finger. Get there. The other thing I gotta do is stay off Pinterest because as I take on all these projects, I'm checking Pinterest for different ideas and you come away with more work than you started off with. So many good ideas though. But I've had a very productive week. I did the meal planning, I did the grocery shopping on time for a change. I've been cooking up a storm. I got my hair done. I was in such need of a haircut. And if I continue with my organizing, I will get there. That one's a little cattywampus. Let's see if we can't fix it. Community Thrive. I'm familiar with Mistel, but I'm not familiar with that series. I like Mistel. I haven't watched her in a while. Alright. I was going to say not too many more, but I'm a fibber because there are. I probably should have done this with like white enamel accents or something, but Dana. I'm sorry, Dana is the Dana I know from here? What kind of work do you do? Oh, that's great. I'm not familiar with a lot of Dana's work. I'll have to check it out. Oop. Oh, tax season, eh? What are you making, Eileen? Anything good? Anything that you especially like? Well, that's an exciting new chapter. Just kind of taking back the lace. Okay, just gotta do this area. I would imagine it would be very scary. The way I'm going, I'm never going to be able to retire. Okay. So we got our little pearls on. Can you see them? I'll hold it up. Is that better? I think it's pretty. So it just needs some tweaking, like that's not straight. It needs a little bow right there, and a darker pink. And I know I have some. I remember having it. Oh, here we go. Just the perfect thing. Oh, I love opening this drawer now. Everything doesn't shift around. I can see what I need. It's great. There we go. That's really pretty. I'm going to cut the tails. I'm just trying to judge. Thank you. I'm like that too. Unfortunately, that's why everything's out. Come on. It wants to go there. All right, that's fine. Okay, so there's one. Oh, that one's really pretty. I like that a lot. It's going to be a tough one to top. Very, very sweet. I hate to do a repeat of the lace and stuff, but I like the overall. I like the lace bib. I think I have some ruffly type ribbon. I just don't know if it would lay flat enough. This one will be I have this, which is really small. Can look at that, but it might stick out too far. I have this. So use some buttons. What do you mean? Like down the bottom for the snaps? Oh, that might be nice. Okay. What kind of buttons? I have tons of buttons. I just was trying to think about it, how you meant it. I think what I'll do here, three down from the neck. Well, it's meant to be like a onesie, and I think they have snaps, like down here. Maybe I can put two little buttons there. If I can get this to work, which I think I can. Might be two-dimensional, but okay. Let's have a little coffee. Definitely going to want that. Do I like it on top? think I do. All right, so let's get some tape. And I'm going to go to the 1/4" tape instead of the 1/8 because I wound up using more of it. So okay, here's some decent tape to start. Hi, Lori. Not long. I'm just trying to finish up these cards and, you know. What time does she, is she Eastern Standard? Because that's like 10 minutes, if she is. Okay, well, I'll probably have this one finished. I don't like to step on anybody's time. Some fuzzies there. Hi, Claire. Hi, Jean, by the way. Come on. I'm gonna have to clean these scissors. Got a lot of adhesive on them. Yeah, I like this one. I like how that one, I'll let you guys look at that while I'm kind of trying to finish up this guy. I thought it was really sweet. What's going on? Come on, get in there. How on earth is that happen? Come on out. Okay. I wanted to see how the pink looked. It's a weird pink on this background paper. It's kind of more of a pinky peach. So that's why I was thinking maybe the white would look a little more elegant. Or maybe it just doesn't need it. I kind of like it around. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it in white. I thought I might do it in pink, but come here thing. All right. Now I have found, and this is going to sound silly, but when I'm putting these flatback pearls on top of lace or trim, if I put the adhesive on the back of the pearls instead of on the trim, I have an easier time manipulating it. There I can kind of like dig it in, burnish it, and it goes where I want. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Alright. So like any pleat that I want to stick, I can kind of really pinch it down, doing it this way where I didn't have that ability the other way. Does that make any kind of sense? It goes where I want better. That's what I'm trying to say. I should have done just a teensy bit more. Oh. Is that the thing sent by drones, or was that a joke? You know that I'm sorry for that, Claire. Sounds very annoying. Okay, so here we go with this. Trim it up. Trim it up. And that's very pretty. I like that. And then I did have a little bow, because I think it needs it. Do you guys want me to give it some snaps? About like that. All right. And here's another one. So I think what I'll do with both of these is I will, whoop, what is that? No. Oh no. There's a mark on that one, and it's going to drive me crazy. Something fell on it. Oh well. So there's two, and I'm going to work on this little one. But I believe Brenda, it's 11 o'clock, and as I understand it, Brenda was going to come on. So pop on over and visit with her. And I will catch you all later. Yeah, it's, well, let's see if you can notice it. Maybe I'll do a little tag or something. It says congratulations. I'm going to decorate this one up. More, I guess they're little tiny flowers. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you weren't able to catch me live, you can catch this on YouTube. I will be uploading it. And this is how you make a onesie card for a new baby. Thanks, everybody.